In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my hair growth tips and tricks that has helped me in growing my hair and retaining so much length. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is Fenic Water. I'm going to show you guys how I make this first up, but one thing I would say is that most people don't talk about Fenic Water as much as back in 2020 because that's when I found out about it, and this was actually the first thing I started doing to my hair. This was the first and only thing I was doing to my hair for a while, and I saw so much changes to my hair. I'm not as consistent as I was in 2020 because I started doing other things and I didn't want to do so much, but I would definitely recommend this fenugreek water, and it's so easy to make. I have two methods in doing this. The first one, get your seeds and a cup of water and just put that in a container and just make sure you cover that up and leave it for 24 hours. You see that the color will change over time, and that's how you know it's ready. So for the second method, it's similar to the same thing, but this is more quicker. If you want it done quickly, just get your pot, put a cup of fenugreek seeds in it, then put half a cup, depending on the quantity you want. I went with half a cup, then I went in with my water and just going to boil that up, and you see the color will change immediately and you can just easily get it. So one thing I would say is that fenugreek water was one of the first things I started doing to my hair initially. I started my hair journey back in 2020, and this was the first thing that I started using. Like way back, this is the only thing I used to my hair as a treatment, and it had so much benefits. It really helped in keeping my scalp hydrated, and it also prevents flakiness and itchiness. So if you're experiencing that, I would definitely recommend it. And it also makes your hair very soft, smooth and manageable. If you want to do your routine, it's very easy to do, and it helps to prevent hair loss because the seeds contain a hormone regulating compound that helps in preventing hair loss that is caused by hormonal imbalance. So if you're having hormonal imbalance, I would definitely recommend you using fenugreek water. I use this one way. I use it as a rinse during my wash day. So when I'm done washing my hair, I apply this on my hair and leave it in for like an hour or more, then I rinse it out. I do not leave it on my hair again because it has a very funky smell, and you can leave it in, but do not leave it in like more than a day. But the smell is so unbearable that I always end up rinsing it out. But I just do this and make sure my hair soaks it up. You can also put in a steam cap to just make sure your hair absorbs all the nutrients it needs. And one thing I would say is that do not do this regularly. I do this once every week. I do not do this every single time. Like any time I'm washing my hair, that's when I do it, and I wash my hair once every 2 weeks. So this is something that I would definitely recommend you adding to your routine, especially if you're having so much hair loss, and it's just one way to just help in preventing that hair loss and keeping your hair hydrated and manageable. And especially if you have dandruff, I would definitely recommend you trying this out. And this is something that it's very easy to make, and it's very easy to get your seeds. When I'm done with it, I just went into finish off on my routine. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is my herbal oil. If you're new to my channel, you probably have not seen me use this, but this is something that I use all the time. I make sure to use herbs that contain properties that help in promoting hair growth, strengthening my hair, and just preventing hair loss. That's the type of herbs I tend to go for. I use moringa powder, chepe powder, rosemary. This is my chepe powder. I go in with my oils. I use Jamaican black castor oil. I also use this other oil I got from a brand, and I also use my carrier oil, which is olive oil, which contains a lot of antioxidants that help in your hair. So I just first go in with my dry ingredients, just make sure to stir that up, then I go in with my carrier oil, then my castor oil, then I end up going with my last oil. All these benefits are going to be on the screen, but after doing this, I just put that in a bowl, in a plastic bowl, then add in my hot water. So what you're doing now is you're infusing the herbs into the oil. So because of the herbs contain a lot of benefits, so you want to make sure it's infused properly into the oil. So you can see I'm going in with my fenugreek seeds. I always go in with fenugreek. If I'm not doing a fenugreek rinse, it's going to be in my herbal oil because it has so much benefits, and also you can make it as an oil if you didn't know that. So I'm just going to leave that. I left that overnight, then after the 24 hours I'm just going to stir that up, then I'm going to get a wee cap to sieve out the dry ingredients, but because you don't want that in your hair, so just make sure you sieve it out properly so that you don't have any form of grains or the residues on your hair. It's going to be hard to wash that off. So after I'm done doing that, I'm going to get an applicator bottle because it's just easier to use that on my hair. So if you're wondering how can you use your herbal oil, I'm going to be sharing with you different ways I use it. So the first one is as a pre-poo treatment. I like doing this first off before washing my hair. It really helps in keeping my hair moisturized even after washing, especially if you're using a clarifying shampoo. One thing I'll say is that the oil helps lock in the moisturizing properties from your water, your conditioner. It really helps in doing that. So I let my hair sit for 30 minutes before I actually go in to wash my hair. So this is something I do before washing. The next thing is applying it to your conditioner, because you want to always apply your herbal oil in every step of your routine. That's how you can get the most out of it. And one way to do that is infusing it into your conditioner. What this does, that helps lock in the moisturizing properties of your conditioner. Like I mentioned, oils are sealants, so if you're applying oils to your routine or anything that contains moisture, first off, it just really helps in locking in that moisture. And moisture is one thing you want for your natural hair, because at the end of the day, you do not want your hair to be in a dry state, because dry hair breaks. So you need to make sure that you're locking in moisture to your hair, and adding it is very good. The next step is adding it to my protein treatment. I do not do my protein treatment often because at the end of the day, it's a treatment. So if you notice that your hair is feeling dull or your hair is breaking a lot, you can go in with a protein treatment. So applying this to my protein treatment really just adds a lot of benefits to it, because the oil contains a lot of herbs that help in strengthening and protecting my hair, and my protein treatment is mainly to help to strengthen my hair also. So I apply this just to give it that added boost. And if you want to see a lot of difference to your hair, trust me, adding this makes a lot of difference. Your hair will feel very soft even after rinsing out your protein treatment or washing your hair will still feel very soft. After doing that, I go in with my deep conditioning. If you want to get the most out of your protein treatment, I definitely recommend you deep conditioning with it. It helps your hair shaft, it helps the product to penetrate your hair shaft better, and I really like my results after. You can also use your herbal oil as a hot oil treatment. Hot oil treatment really helps in improving the blood circulation on your scalp, which helps to promote hair growth. So this is something that I do to my hair before washing, after washing, in between my routine. This is something that I constantly do, and it really helped in growing out my edges. I saw a lot of difference because scalp massage has a lot of benefits, and you warming up your oil also creates a lot of circulation in your scalp. It really helps in improving that blood flow, and I highly recommend this. When you're done, you can also go in with your shower cap just to allow your hair to soak in that oil before actually going to wash your hair. You can do this on a dry hair or a damp hair, anyone. Okay, so the last way I use my herbal oil is as a leave-in oil. So I do this in my routine because I do the LOC method, which is liquid, oil, and cream. So I just add it to my routine. You don't have to wash it off. This is just my regular moisture routine. I have a detailed video on my moisture routine, so you can actually check that out. But I just go in with my leave-in conditioner first off, then I go in with my oil, then I go in with my cream. It's just in my normal routine. I apply it to my normal routine. This is why I like using my applicator bottle, because it's easier to apply your oil directly to the place where you want it to be. And after doing that, I just go in with a little bit of scalp massage, because at the end of the day, it helps in promoting blood flow and increasing your hair growth, like stimulating hair growth on your scalp. So that's why I always go in with my scalp massager after doing this. The next thing I'm going to talk about is aloe vera. This is something that I also started using in 2020. After using Fenic, I was using aloe vera as a leave-in conditioner, and something that I can easily make at home. But if you can't, I always recommend you making it at home, because it's easier for you to know that it doesn't contain chemicals and it's 100% aloe vera, because honestly I do not trust what they put out nowadays. So it's just easy to make. I have a more detailed video on how I make this, so if you want a detailed video, you can check that out. But also it's pretty straightforward. If you watch the clips that are playing, it's just make sure that you sieve out the lumps, because if that gets stuck on your hair, it's very hard to take out. Like I'm telling you, it's hard to take out. So the first thing is that It's aloe vera contains a lot of properties that help in strengthening, and it contains so much vitamins like vitamin A, C, and E, and all of these contribute in cell turnover, which helps in promoting a healthy hair. Yeah. Also, it helps to in strengthening your hair. So if you're looking for a really good leave-in conditioner, I say leave-in conditioner because you can leave this in your hair. You don't have to rinse it out. I do this on my hair anytime my hair is feeling dry. I have a literal garden of aloe vera in my house where I just use it. So I definitely recommend. So we're finally on to the last thing. This is my most recent find. This is the most recent thing I started adding to my routine. The rest that I've mentioned, I've been using it for years. This one I started using it this year more. I tried it last year, but this year I was more consistent, and that's cloves and rosemary. When I said this thing is actually good, it actually works. And one thing I'll say is that it's very easy to make. I just put my cloves and rosemary in a bottle, then make sure to fill it up. Not fill it up, just put a reasonable amount of quantity for that amount of quantity you're adding, like the rosemary and cloves. Just ratio it out properly, and you can leave this in your fridge for 2 weeks, or you can just freeze it up. I normally just freeze it up just in case it doesn't get bad, but just 2 weeks is my max. I don't leave it for more than 2 weeks. So you want to make sure that you have this thick brown color. It doesn't really matter, but I like my color looking like this because I feel like it's more concentrated and it's going to do the work perfectly. So yeah, so this is very easy to make, and you just leave that in for 24 hours and you get this color. For application, I always recommend you applying it directly to your scalp because cloves contains a lot of vitamins and minerals that benefit to scalp and hair follicles, and it also moisturizes your scalp, prevents dryness, and promotes a healthy pH balance, which results in an ideal environment for hair growth. That's why I always recommend you applying it directly on your scalp because that's where you get the most benefit from, and it also helps in promoting hair growth. And you need to apply it directly on your scalp because that's where your hair is growing from. And for rosemary water, it helps in reducing dandruff and soothes an inflamed scalp, and it also helps with dry and damaged hair to the scalp. So combining both of them really adds a lot of benefits on your scalp, which helps in improving your hair growth. So there are two ways I use this. I use this first on just my hair, just applying it on my hair, and the other way I use it is including it in my wash day routine. So after washing my hair, I just apply this as a rinse, just literally pouring it everywhere on my hair. For the first method, you saw I just applied it only on my scalp, but this method I just use it as a rinse. For the first method, I applied my cloves and rosemary like once or twice in a week. Then during the end of the week, I just rinse it off or wash my hair if it's time to wash my hair. So after applying this, I just go in with my shower cap and I let that sit in for 30 minutes to an hour. If I'm doing any other thing, I just probably put in my steam cap. So I did a review on cloves and rosemary on my hair for 3 weeks, and the results I got, I wanted to share it in this video also, in case you didn't watch, in case you're not going to watch the other one. So this was my hair before I started using cloves and rosemary, and this is my hair after. I wanted to actually see if this works, and it definitely does. My hair was a lot softer. I noticed that my hair grew a lot, and yeah, that's my review on cloves and rosemary. If you want to try this out, I would definitely recommend, and if you've ever used it before, let me know what you think about it. So this is going to be the end of this video. I just wanted to share things that I've been doing to my hair over the years and what I've been doing more recently that has really helped in strengthening my hair, improving my hair growth, and I'm all about a healthy and longer hair on my channel. So please don't forget to subscribe for more hair videos, and I'm currently on a challenge where I use protective hairstyles to grow my natural hair. So if you want to join in by subscribing so I get updated on everything concerning my challenge, and yeah, leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.